I want to quickly talk to you about how to streamline your payment operations, okay? And again, when I speak about payment operations, I'm speaking about from the time your customer is charging his or her credit card to the time you are collecting revenue. How do you streamline everything? So here are the facts I want you to pay attention to. When you think about payment processing or payment operations, I want you to think about a revenue sort of process. So revenue means what? If you want to boost sales, you want to pay attention to streamlining your payment operations. Okay, you want to make sure that your payment operations are not so complex. You want to have a process whereby everything happens real fast, not only real fast in a very easy manner for your employees too, but also for your customers. So your customers are fueling your business growth. So they have to be able to really pay you real fast. Okay. And what you want to do here is that you have to really understand that you can use the right technology, like a terminal, virtual terminal. You can use a POS, like a point of sale system, or you can have an all-in-one solution. It really depends on your budget. It depends on the industry you're in. It depends also on what your rivals are doing. Because see, from a benchmarking point of view, you do not want to reinvent the wheel. If the leader in your market is using a certain strategy, you might as well just follow the same strategy because that's what works. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, okay? And one thing for sure, 4 out of 5 companies grapple with payment operation challenges, and such inefficiencies result in lost revenue, strained relationships, and also missed opportunities, things that you do not want to have happen to you, right? And in this dynamic business world where every second can equate to dollars earned or lost, streamlining payment processes is actually the secret to unlocking untapped revenue potential, especially if you are in an industry that's very competitive. I mean, some industries are more competitive than others, especially during COVID, where everybody was just home. Having the right strategy could really help. And one thing I want to say also is that it really depends upon the expectations of your client base. If your client base is used to a certain way of paying you or a certain way of paying for goods and services, you want to make sure that whatever you have, whatever streamlining you put in place, that streamlining actually is in sync with their expectations. Let me talk to you about the benefits here. What are the benefits of streamlining payment processes? Let's have a conversation about that. So when you think about POS or just payment processing, I want you to really think about enhanced customer experience. So your CX will go up big time, and you want your CX to go up. You want your customer experience to go up. Remember that feeling when you strolled into a store, eyes lighting up as they landed on that thing you just wanted to have? You made a bill, you really made a beeline for it, went to pay, and voila, everything went off without a hitch. You walked out a little pep in your step, feeling like you own the world, right? That's the kind of enchantment of flawless transactions. And that's what you want to have every time your customers interact with your brand, interact with your company, okay? When payments feel like a waltz instead of a hurdle, customers don't just feel like another number. They feel cherished, and that's what you want. You want your customers to feel privileged. You want your customers to feel special. You want your customers to feel really feel cherished. Okay, and it's actually the silent connection that keeps them coming back and back and back and back, drawn like a moth to a flame. Okay. Number 2, you have a reduced cart abandonment. So, in terms of benefits of streamlining payment processes, you do not want to have cart abandonment, especially if you have an online store. You know, an online store, you want to really make sure that you reduce as much as possible cart abandonment. Picture a virtual shopper balancing a steaming mug of tea, navigating your online store. Their cart is full, but one hiccup in the payment process is really preventing them from actually monetizing. They are out quicker than you can say checkout. Okay, it's one of those things where you have to understand your competitor actually might steal business from you directly or indirectly. So simplifying this delicate dance keeps your customers swelling in your digital aisles, ensuring that dance doesn't turn into a hasty exit. Moreover, a streamlined process can significantly improve the conversion rate, driving more sales from the same amount of traffic. And that's what you want. You want to increase your CRO, your conversion rate optimization. Another benefits when it comes to payment processing, if you're able to streamline your payment operations, you have efficient operations, but you also have heightened security. Let me break it down for you. When I speak about efficient operations, I'm talking about you being able to navigate each transaction like in a very seamless manner. Okay, every night you free up gives you an extra second to weave something beautiful, unleash actually a burst of creativity, or even just kick back with a soul soothing cup of joe. Like you are basically just helping customers feel special, feel privileged, feel really really precious. And that's what you want. So by smoothing out your payment processes, you're not just tidying up your processes. You are sprinkling a little zest and zeal into your team's everyday hustle. You are trying to really tell them, hey, listen, I'm behind you. I'm working for you. I'm supporting you too. I mean, you might be working for me, but I'm working for you too. This is a win-win relationship. You also have a heightened security. So security in today's digital world isn't just a technological requirement. It's the trust pact you make with your clients, right? It's one of those things where you are trying to really cultivate a deeper relationship, a stronger relationship, a tighter relationship with your customers. So when you safeguard transactions with the latest encryption tools and multi-factor authentication methods, you're not merely keeping data safe. You are making an unwavering commitment to your client's peace of mind and the integrity of your services. Now, real-time reporting actually is important because it allows you to really not only have this heightened security, but also work on making sure you are actually analyzing and adapting to what the market really wants. Imagine having a crystal ball that offers insight into your transactions, whispering tales of customer behavior and unfolding market trends. That's what modern, streamlined processes offer. Data-rich narratives that actually help pen your business's future chapters, especially in a very competitive world. You want to have this sort of clarity. You want to have this sort of granularity. You want to have this sort of foresight. That's what you want. When you think about the benefits of streamlining payment processes, you have cost savings big time, and you also have the environmental benefits. Let me break it down for you. When I speak about cost benefits, see the whole thing is that I mean there is a little bit of money spent in refining the payment system initially, but when you think about let's say economies of scales over time, you have a lot of value added to your process. Think about all the treasures you will amass in the long run. Think about the revenue you will collect in the long run. Think about the customer experience improvement you will actually generate in the long run. Think about the loyalty, the client loyalty you would have generated. Think about the brand experience. Okay, you want your brand experience to be different. You want your brand experience to be different from what the competitors is offering. Because see, the whole thing is not just about revenue. It's not just about really making a sale or actually processing the payment. It's also about creating that bond, that special bond between you and your client. So that something were to happen, you know that you have done everything to make sure that you are streamlining the operations for them, from fewer coins lost to transaction fees to saving the golden goose with fewer chargebacks. It's really a bounty waiting to be claimed if you actually strategize properly, and that's what you would need to do. Another benefits when it comes to streamlining payment processes, you have environmental benefits. Now you might be thinking this is a little bit of a stretch, but it's not. It's not. A streamlined process often nudges you to embrace the digital realm. In other words, you're really shining. You are shying away from, let's say, paper, like any kind of paper. Like so. When you really get into the digital realm, this actually wins your point with Mother Nature for reduced paper trails and paints your business green in more ways than one. In other words, think about it. You don't have to print anything. You don't have to. You don't have to type anything. You don't have to redact anything. You don't have to commit office supplies, papers, like folders. You don't have to record anything. You don't have to save anything. Everything is in the cloud. Everything is actually saved automatically with your cloud provider or your email provider. That's really a big boost to the environment when you think about it. Let me give you a few steps here. So key steps. Think about the key steps to streamline payment processes today. The thing is, what you want to do is you want to assess your current systems. And again, I'm talking about making sure that you know what you currently have, right? Don't reinvent the wheel before analyzing what you currently have. It's important to have a clear idea of what you have before attempting to change anything. So that's important. So a holistic assessment of your payment system right now forms the streamlining foundation. That's really where everything starts. So what you want to do is you want to dig deep into the nooks and crannies. How long does an average transaction take? Are there any recurrent issues that customers or employees report constantly? What's the feedback loop like? Okay, how fast is the loop? How fast is the feedback getting to you? So knowing those things can really highlight inefficiencies that may have been invisible at a surface glance. Okay, that's what you want. You want to really go granular. You want to go thorough. You want to go thoroughly into your current processes and see what really happens, what's really happening. And you also want to have at the end, you want to have a dashboard. You want to create a detailed report or dashboard, because otherwise, how would you analyze what you're trying to fix, right? So having a certain level of visualization will clarify the present issues and really offer a baseline against which to measure future enhancements. So setting benchmarks now will assist in tracking improvements as you advance in the streamlining journey. You also want to adopt integrated payment solutions. So if you're trying to really streamline your payment operations, you want to really have some kind of integration. You do not want to have a payment processor or, let's say, a virtual terminal that doesn't talk to your existing tech stack. You want your payment processor, you want your virtual terminal, you want a POS, you want your POS to talk to your existing tech stack. To ensure your revenue flows smoothly, like a steady current between separate islands, you need sturdy bridges. That's where integrated payment solutions come into play, linking actually several islands together, islands in your payment model. Okay, so this is important. So when systems chat and collaborate like old friends, you sidestep the pitfalls of data being trapped in lonely corners, mixed signals, and frustrating lags. That's really important. Okay, and that will help you actually optimize your payment processes real fast, so that you know that you are actually you're allowing teams from different departments to be able to collaborate like in a seamless manner. That's really fantastic. Another way to actually increase, to streamline payment processes, you want to train your team regularly and you want to upgrade the skills. Very important. The skills must be upgraded big time. Let me break it down for you. When I speak about regular training and skill upgrade, basically it's all about making sure that your team has the capabilities to address the issues that you have. Okay, so it's important. You want to make sure that you have the right training sessions. You want to really have a clear idea about what the skills they should have, your team should have. And again, the training can take any form. Okay, it doesn't have to be video calls only. It can be dense. It can be online tutorials. It can be interactive webinars. It could also be immersive workshops. The whole thing here is that you have to choose a training program and a training conduit that really fits with the expectations that your team has in the first place. It's one of those things where they are going to be the one going through the training session and actually buying into the whole program. You also want to automate the implementation phase. So time is a resource more precious than gold in the world of business. So why spend it on tasks that machines can do faster and more accurately? Especially, we live in a world of artificial intelligence nowadays. Okay, so you can have, for instance, a tool that has that really does the billing process on a recurrent basis. So you can have a recurrent billing tool. So you can have a tool that not only manages regular billing cycles, but can also seamlessly can be coupled with invoicing and ACH transfers, which have the advantage of lower processing fees. So such tools ensure timely payments, reducing the administrative burden and providing a cost-effective solution. Automation is not just about replacing the human touch, but really enhancing it. So with repetitive tasks taken care of, such as those managed by like your current tool, your team can focus on strategic decision making and really enhance customer experience. So that's really important, especially from a scalability point of view. You are able to free up capacity, and that capacity can be reallocated to a more value-added sort of fields. So when you think about payment processing, how do you streamline your payment operations? Another benefit here is that you are really ensuring secure transactions. Okay, it's one of those things where security plays an important role. Okay, and again, when I speak about security, I'm talking about protecting customer data and financial information. Okay, especially when accepting online payments. So prioritizing robust security protocols is not a luxury; it is a necessity. Especially, sorry, let me drink some water here. Especially when it comes to, thank you. Sorry about that. Especially when it comes to complying with PCI standards, PCI DSS standards. Okay. So when I speak about security protocols, I'm talking here about multi-layered security measures, regular updates, and adhering to industry standard compliance regulations. Okay. So besides the technical aspects, educating your team and customers on best practices is kind of vital. Ensure they know common threats and the steps they can take to safeguard themselves. After all, a vigilant crew and an informed clientele form the first line of defense against potential breaches. That's what you want. Finally, you also want to have a system whereby you collect feedback and you can also improve continuously. So that's really important. Basically, you want to really collect feedback from all kinds of stakeholders, be it customers, employees, or partners. Okay, those constitute your guiding star in the realm of payment processes. They'll give you information. They'll give you all kinds of documentation. Okay, so you want to proactively seek feedback. You want to cherish it. You want to act on it because feedback offers you a perspective that you can really you can improve things with, and that's really important, especially if you are in a sector that's very competitive and clients are changing all the time. If they feel like you're not listening to them, if your clients have a tendency to change all the time, you want to really listen to their feedback. You want to listen to their preoccupations. You want to listen to their complaints, and you want to change things automatically so that you can really always be in their corners. I mean, they always feel like you've got their back. That's what you want. You want customers to feel like you've got their back. This is how you're going to survive in the industry anyway. So here's a quote. In today's conversation, I spoke to you about payment processing, how to streamline your payment operations. I give you the facts, the benefits, the key steps, and now the coda. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.